What's up, it's your boy Reemus. In this video, we're going to be speaking about how to earn her submissiveness. Now, I say it like that because, well, let's say, right, let's break it down. Many men want their women to be more submissive. This is literally a cultural thing. This is maybe perhaps even a global thing, right? Large groups of many men, millions of many men want to bring out that side of her nature because it is linked to a woman's nature, right? Otherwise, why would you even want it? So it's very important we understand this information, but because of the design and the context where we're coming from in the environment, it doesn't naturally come out because this environment isn't aligned with nature. So you have to be able to bring her back to nature through yourself. You have to be the person who is, the leading example in a way, which brings it out of her. So you have to earn it because if it was something just given, you'd be getting it. But we have to acknowledge that she gives it or she releases it after things from her perspective have been sorted out. But that actually happens first from seeing the men interact and who the men are, which is obviously you. So for you, when you're with a woman, there are a few things I can say where you can actually earn her submission and literally bring it out, and it will come out naturally and she will have no problem. In fact, it will feel good for her to bring this side out. So the first thing is you want to surprise her with your strength. Now, it's a surprise because she doesn't get to see strength, not in the way where her spirit craves it, not in a way where, she really wants to see it. She wants to see the masculine strong. She wants to see strong structure and it being implemented and enforced by her man, right? Just in himself, in his environment, how he navigates and operates throughout the world. She must see strength. You have a lot of guys complaining because they can't basically be vulnerable. And the reason why you can't be vulnerable, for the most part, is she may see it as weakness, which means, she's going to be less feminine. The other side of this, which is the polar opposite, is you are being the strong force that makes her go, I respect his strength. There's a respect that I have. I don't even want to compete with that man because he is strong. The things he's able to go through, the things he's able to do, the way he's able to speak and so on, I can't match it. So she's inspired by it. And that is a good point, where inspiring the desire rather than trying to force it through the mind. So surprise her with your strength. Number two, you're going to honor yourself with honesty, honor her with honesty. No woman's going to submit to a man that's not a real man. And in order to be a real man, you have to keep it real. That's what I like to say. So when you are being honest with who you are, what you believe in, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, what you don't like, let's say she's doing things that go against your principles or you don't think that's correct in the relationship, you know that you're going to honor her and honor yourself with honesty. You're going to say, you know what, I actually don't like that thing, right? And I don't think that's necessary or appropriate for our situation. When you hide things, when you lie, when you cheat, when you are being deceptive, you are putting more reasons for her to have her guard up, to put her guard up and defend herself from you. The whole point of her submission is so that it actually benefits her, because through submitting to you, she accesses another level of safety and security that she wouldn't have without submitting to a great man like you. But in order to get that, you have to be the great man that earns that. So you have to keep it real, be honest, even where it hurts. And she will have more respect for you because of that. Because when she finds that you were lying, she will lose respect. And we know this because then she's justified in yelling, shouting, possibly even trying to strike you and so on. Because that's how women are when they get, super mad at a guy. That's what that's what happens. But to be honest, she's right. She's not actually wrong in being upset. I'm not saying she's right to ever hit a guy if that happens, but I'm saying she's right to be upset to the point where she would no longer have respect for you. So she cannot submit to a man she doesn't respect. Does that even sound like it makes sense? And then the third thing is you want to direct her with dominance. So this goes back to what I was saying before about conviction. Conviction is very important. She needs to, it's another expression of your strength, but you have to have no problem being able to direct and to lead, to say, hey, we're going in this path and this is where it is. This is the path we're taking. And you say it with conviction and you say it with belief. When you have that belief in yourself, now she has that belief in you. Because whenever you see someone confident, you say to yourself, well, if they're that confident, there must be a reason they're that confident. There must be a reason. They wouldn't speak with such conviction if it wasn't founded upon, a stable, context or foundation. So be okay leading, taking charge, and even directing and instructing. And a good way to look at it is guiding her in a certain way. If you cannot do that, she's actually not going to trust in you, because again, through submitting to you, she's getting more safety, more security, more elevation. It's beneficial. And if you can direct her in the right path, the right direction, then if it's the right one, it's beneficial for her. And then the next one is, this is a strong one. You want to care with compassion. Now, this balances out the other hard things that I said, right? Because you have to have a hardness to them, but I always say you have to have the right mindset. So you're going to be caring at the same time. If you know that the leader of the country, let's say the president, the prime minister, whoever it is, the teacher, the coach, let's say you're in a sports team, if you know that the person truly cares about you, you're inspired to want to do even more. There's a story of Napoleon, right? And Napoleon Bonaparte, the actual French leader of the army in, the 1800s, he used to literally show his soldiers that he cared about them. So he would remember them by name, which is a very big thing for, the general to do. You're like, wait, the leader of the army knows who I am, but he would remember details about them. So he would, ask about their family and use the family names and stuff like that. And they're like, whoa, he actually cares about me. So then when it comes time for, war, they're like, yeah, of course I'm ready to go hard for this guy because he cares about me. And it's the same thing you want to do. The caring with compassion is being empathetic. It's giving her a bit of romance. It's giving her good feelings. It's actually watching out for her, letting her know that you have her back and so on. If she doesn't feel like you have her back, she ain't going to let you lead from the front. So you have to care with compassion. And then the last thing that tips this all off is you must know that it's in her nature. She is literally designed in a way where she cannot help but submit to safety and security. It's in her nature. Strength, safety, security. Think that she cannot help it. It's actually not up to her. That's a powerful statement, but it's true. She will literally melt into submission if it's beneficial for her and if it feels safe, secure, and she feels your strength. If you are gifting that strength to her, she's going to do it. It's in her nature. Even if at first she's mentally resistant. I've made videos about this before, the difference between the disconnect in the body and the mind. But if she feels it in her nature, she will literally melt into it over time, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, or just however much time is necessary for her and however much time you're willing to be patient. But anyway, I want you to comment down below your experiences of this. Has it, has some of this stuff worked for you? Has it not? Have you had trouble having your women just willingly want to submit to you? What is your experience? So comment down below, let Reemus know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.